tagged up this here. We also found grenades down this way, and tagged up another tag. We've upped our cycling skill, and we've got rid of all our fat by going on the treadmill. Our muscle, we need to get it up a slight bit more because it's gone down, but yeah, our sex appeal's gone up, fat's gone down, cycling skill up, and our muscle is still good but could be better for us. Sadly, matey here has Boris Johnson and politic nonsense on. So apologies for that.
And that Russia enjoys as much right as any other state to live in peace and security. But, as I said to him, Russia...
Yeah, my mate's a bit deluded. She thinks she's going to be Boris's secretary. We can do big up bunny hops now because of our cycling skill improving.
Will be followed by tougher sanctions against Russia, further steps to help Ukraine defend herself, and by an increased NATO presence.
Drop a comment what you think to Russia invading Ukraine and bringing war. Let's have a look on the map. We were going to go down to here actually, so... Right, to get down there and have a look at that property. Trying to think what we must do. I think we're going to follow the GPS map. Oh wow, looks like there's been some bloodshed here. We'll have the money from that. Don't know who did the murder, but... Whoa! That was harsh of that person. They knocked over my bike. See a limousine there? Just went past.
Last night I held a virtual meeting with President Biden, President Macron, Chancellor Scholz, President Duda, Prime Minister Draghi, General Secretary Stoltenberg, President Michel, and President...
Uh-oh. We've got an issue here, guys. We have a serious issue. We need to seriously... Probably... I don't know what are we going to do, because we're going to get shot at given we're on a bike, and I do not want to die, so... Yeah, I don't believe we'll be able to afford the property that we was off to look at, which... How much is it? 30,000. Sadly, we can't afford that. Much we would love to. We need to get the police off of our back.
Amid all these pressures, Ukraine asks for nothing except to be allowed to live in peace.
Yeah, we still can't get into the other islands by the looks of it. There, all the bridges are blocked off.
As every sovereign country has a right to
let's have a look on the map. Ah, we can go to a better clothing store though, which is what I'm now going to do. Get us some different clothes. Hopefully we won't bump into any police along the way. We don't really need to be shot at. I mean, we're on a bike. It's not like we can take any cover, is it?
We took the responsible precaution of temporarily withdrawing some staff and dependents from the British Embassy in Kiev. Though I emphasise that the embassy remains open and will continue to provide consular assistance for British nationals in Ukraine. And I'm particularly grateful for the dedication.
Right, now we're in the ProLab store. Hopefully we won't end up spending too much money. Let's see where we're headed.
Is sending a frigate to the Baltic and multiple F-16s to Lithuania to join NATO's long-standing air policing mission.
As nice as a lot of this would be, we cannot go buying out the whole shop. That's pretty cool, but
the British Army leads the NATO battle group in Estonia.
Yeah, we shouldn't really be buying everything.
We would look to contribute to any new NATO deployments to protect our allies in Europe. In every context,
that's nice because it goes with our gang's colours. To be honest, so I'm thinking of getting that. Alright, so that T that definitely stands out.
The division of our continent by the Iron Curtain. We will not reopen that divide by agreeing to overturn the European security order because Russia has placed a gun to Ukraine's head. Nor can we accept the doctrine implicit in Russian proposals that all states are sovereign, but some are more sovereign than others. The draft treaty published by Russia in December would divide our continent once again between three nations and countries whose foreign and defense policies are explicitly constrained by the Kremlin in ways that Russia would never accept for herself. More than half of Europe, including a dozen or more members of NATO and of the European Union, would be only partially sovereign and required to seek the Kremlin's approval before inviting any military personnel from NATO countries onto their soil. The Czech Republic, at the very heart of Europe,
those aviators are nice, guys.
would have to ask the
Can't deny it. We've got to get a pair of those or the sunglasses.
to join an exercise.
Let's have a look at the sunglasses.
There is nothing new about large and powerful nations using the threat of brute force.
Both are nice, but I say the aviators.
Into giving way to otherwise completely unacceptable demands. But if President Putin were to choose the path of bloodshed and destruction, he must realize that it would be both tragic.
So far, we just got a chain
Nor should we allow him to believe that he could easily take
and some shades.
a smaller portion of Ukraine to salami slice because the resistance will be ferocious. Anyone who's been to Kiev, as I have, and stood by the wall of remembrance, studied the portraits of nearly 4,500
Not right, that's right.
died
Like,
in defense of their country since 2014. The total death toll stands in excess of 14,000.
let's have a look what the back, what it looks like as a back
Ukrainians
helmet.
are determined to fight and have become steadily more skilled at guerrilla warfare. And if Russia pursues this path, many Russian
I say we wear it to the side. Why not? It's a different look.
and the response in the international community
There you go, peeps, and you can still see the cornrows. So
that will be inflicted on the Russian economy will be the same. When I spoke to President Putin, I also reminded him that at crucial moments in history,
so we've got
and Russia have stood together. The only reason why both our countries are
let's see what the full shots are saying.
is because of the heroism of Soviet soldiers in the struggle against fascism, side by side with
I
ourselves.
believe we should buy some of those just to
That all of Russia's fears
have them on us, so to speak.
and we could find a path to mutual security, patient and principled diplomacy, provided that President Putin
Yeah, let's
avoids
purchase them,
of starting
and then we'll get the one T-shirt.
and, Mr. Speaker, a war that I believe would earn and would deserve the condemnation of history, and I commend.
I think it was a baseball tee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and can I thank the Prime Minister for advance sight of this statement. And I'm grateful to the Defence Secretary for keeping the opposition informed of developments throughout the crisis. When the Soviet Union collapsed, Britain, Russia and the United States made a solemn agreement with Ukraine in exchange for giving up nuclear powers.
So the green high tops
Ukraine's security
or
was to be guaranteed and its independence would be respected. Ukraine has kept its end.
I'm really gonna wear boxing shoes out on the floor.
Was not. His Russia has annexed Crimea, supported separatist conflict in Donbass, and now massed over 100,000 troops on Ukraine's borders.
We'll get the green eye tops.
Justifiable acts of aggression. So Labour stands resolute in our support Ukraine's sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity.
And that's our buying done here,
Made
peeps.
clear when our Shadow Foreign Secretary and Shadow Defense Secretary visited Kiev a fortnight ago, and I made it clear to the Ukrainian ambassador when I met him last week. This isn't just a local dispute on the other side of the continent. It's an attempt.
Hopefully the police won't be on us the minute we're out of here.
To re-establish Russian force as a means of dominance over parts of Eastern Europe. And it's a direct
Due to my being tired, peeps, I'll probably cut off the live stream in a couple minutes. Oh, brilliant, the police are off us, so all we need to do is head back home, pretty much. To be honest, we could do with not just getting a car, but
to bolster Ukraine's ability to defend itself. We support international efforts to deter Russia.
motorbike, this should help. But yeah, we could do with eating a meal, considering our health is low. But we just won't buy a cracking bell, so that'll be a cracking no to that thing. To be honest, that's how it seems that Putin can do what he likes and the West won't respond. That's quite a nice ride. I don't think I've seen one of those before in the game. Yes, but we've just got to go on the highway for one stop. I think, yeah, turn off up here, and then there's a shortcut as well into the roads. Shit, we're at risk of dying if they. Well, it's a good job their shooting's not always perfect in regards to being on target, because otherwise the ballers would have killed us just then. Off of our motorbike, and now we save the game. Sadly, we'll probably lose the motorbike, but although there is a way we can change that, actually.
And finally, implement the recommendations of the cross-party Russia support to bolster national security. So I ask, will the Prime Minister support these measures to rid the UK of the loot of the corrupt Russian elite? We cannot stand up to Russian aggression while facilitating Russian corruption.
Right, let's try and get our stallion out.
After the chemical attacks in Salisbury,
I don't know if it's going to work. See, it's almost impossible to get any of your cars out when you've got two.
It's time to send a simple, clear and united message. We support Ukraine's sovereign right to choose her own destiny.
He's actually siding with Boris.
In the face of President Putin's threats, his aggression will come at a high price for himself and his regime. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thank the right honourable gentleman, and I must say that I'm very glad that he's speaking sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, and he's right to ask about the assurances that this country has given to Ukraine, and I must say that I have repeatedly told Volodymyr Zelensky, as I told his predecessor Petro Poroshenko many times, we stand four square behind the independence and sovereignty of Ukraine, Mr. Speaker, and we always will. And we have a package of sanctions ready to go.
As you can see, I'm struggling to get into one of my two cars in my garage.
As soon as there should be any incursion at all by Russia into Ukraine. He asked about what we're doing to track down Russian money in this country and in this city, as he knows we're bringing forward measures to register beneficial interest, Mr. Speaker, but I don't think there's any country in the world that has taken tougher action against the Putin regime. It was this government that brought in Magnitsky sanctions against all those was involved in the poisoning of Lizzee, Mr. Speaker, and it was this
seemingly impossible to get
that
one of these rides out.
28 countries together to protest against the poisoning that took place in Salisbury, and the world responded to that British lead, Mr. Speaker, by collectively expelling 153 diplomats around the world. And what I can tell him, Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful to him for the tenor of his intervention and for the support that he is giving to NATO, belated though it may be from the benches opposite. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it now, Mr. Speaker. What I can tell him now, Mr. Speaker, is that that same leadership in assembly.
It looks like it's going to be impossible, guys, to get one of these cars out. Really, you should only keep a motorbike or a bicycle and one car in this garage.
Our unity now will be much more effective in deterring any Russian aggression, and that is what this government will be pursuing in the days ahead. Tobias Albert. Mr. Speaker, as the Prime Minister articulates, the West is now regrouping, but the penny is also dropping. The threat of sanctions
Guys, this
will
is
not deter a
seemingly taking a while.
And a total or even partial invasion will have severe economic and security consequences felt right across Europe and beyond. Ukraine's grain exports will be affected towards Africa. Global gas prices will be impacted and skyrocket. And where might an emboldened Russia turn to next?
Oh, what, so they're doing this whole thing so they can...
And now consider a more simpler and effective option to deter this invasion.
They can get really bad, the Russians. You can't trust them.
It's not too late to mobilize a sizable NATO presence in Ukraine, utilizing the superior hard power the alliance possesses.
What time is it?
Putin think twice about invading another European democracy. Prime Minister, I thank you very much, and I know that you will, emotionally, many people will share what my honourable friend says, and he knows a great deal about Ukraine and about the issues that country faces. And of course, instinctively, many people would yearn to send active physical support in the form of NATO troops to Ukraine. I have to tell him that I don't believe that to be a likely prospect in the near term.
Guys, there's not much point in continue watching, so I'm just going to be trying to get one of these cars out of the garage so that I can put a bike in the garage. Huh?
Jesus, there you go.
I haven't got two there.
Huh?
2 left.
Tomorrow.
We are now sending defensive weapons. Defensive weapons, which I think is entirely appropriate.
I've got black hands. Didn't Trump warn us about this?
Yeah, I think Trump had some beef with Russia or something.
Huh?
I think Trump may have had some sort of beef with Russia. Alright guys, I'll cut off, and if it doesn't work, what I'm going to do is just leave the motorbike and leave the